mengumumkan keberangkatan tiba Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Ibni Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj Raja Muda Selangor merangkap pengurusi Selangor FC diiringi div-div kehormat. Hadirin dipersilakan untuk mengambil tempat duduk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Menghadap Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Ibni Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj Raja Muda Selangor merangkap pengurusi Selangor FC. Yang berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin Abu Bakar Menteri Kesihatan Malaysia. Yang berusaha Encik Hafiz Hiew, CEO TDC Holdings Sendirian Berhad. Div-div kehormat. Ampun tuanku. Sembah patik harap diampun. Patik merafak sembah tuanku untuk patik meneruskan majlis dalam bahasa Inggeris. Thank you, Your Highness. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to the official launch of Let's Cope with a Neon Hope, a World Cancer Awareness Day celebration together with Selangor FC's 2022 Away Kit launch. Ampun tuanku, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shafiq Chulan, your MC for this meaningful event. And ladies and gentlemen, today, 4th of February 2022, in conjunction with the World Cancer Awareness Day, it is an important day to remind us the battle against cancer is stronger than ever. In comparison to previous years, we now know more about cancer. The world itself has invented in research and development, innovation and new treatments to save lives. Knowing that more than 1/3 of cancer cases can be prevented, another 1/3 can be cured if detected early and treated properly. Today, we remind ourselves that lives can be saved with awareness campaigns such as today's Let's Cope with a Neon Hope, a World Cancer Awareness Day celebration. A special event which is brought to you by TDC Holdings and Selangor FC. And today, the event is held with a noble intention to help and save lives by spreading the public health awareness towards cancer and early diagnosis. This special collaboration is also made possible with the efforts of Selangor FC, which came out with this interesting yet meaningful fusion of football and cancer awareness itself, setting an exemplary of how Selangor FC is more than just a club. And last but not least, our heartfelt gratitude to our event partners, Majlis Kanser Nasional MAKNA, National Cancer Society Malaysia, and NCSM, Sunway Medical Centre, and Sunway Pyramid for making this event amazing today. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO, Mr. Hafiz Hiew, is well known for his generosity, is well known for his kindness towards charity causes. Ampun tuanku. Next, it is with great pleasure for me to invite the man himself, Mr. Hafiz Hiew, the CEO of TDC Holdings Sendirian Berhad, to deliver his welcoming speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Menghadap Duli yang teramat mulia, Raja Muda Selangor, Tengku Amir Shah Ibn Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Hash. Ampun tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun. Sembah batik mohon diampun. Batik dengan penuh hormat dan taksim, berafat sembah dan menjunjung setinggi-tinggi kasih di atas limpah perkenan Duli yang teramat mulia. Tuanku berangkat mencemah Duli ke program Let's Cook with a Neon Hope. Yang berhormat Encik Khairy Jamaluddin, Menteri Kesihatan Malaysia. Yang berusaha Dr. Johan Kamal Hamidun, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Selangor FC. Yang berbahagia Datuk Rosli bin Atan, Presiden Yayasan Budi Ihsan Malaysia. Yang berusaha Dr. Haji Johari Yap, Presiden Persatuan Cina Muslim Malaysia Kelantan. Yang berusaha Encik Abdul Rashid Jusuf, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Terengganu FC. Yang berusaha Puan Nur Hidayah Mat, Wakil Maha Lawyers, Dif-Dif Kehormat. Para hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat petang dan selamat datang ke Let's Cook with a Neon Hope. Ampun tuanku, saya gementar sebenarnya tuanku. Kali pertama saya guna bahasa begitu formal cakap di depan semua. Ampun tuanku. Let's Cook with a Neon Hope. So it's actually a relatively chill programs, but yeah, I not very used to the protocol. Izinkan saya tuanku untuk keluarkan mic. Okay, so look better. Ampun tuanku, terima kasih ke atas kesudian tuanku sekali lagi untuk menghadiri program ini, dan terima kasih kepada Dr. Johan untuk menjemput bersama-sama kolaborasi dengan program Let's Cook with a Neon Hope yang bertemakan World Cancer Awareness Day pada hari ini. Jadi program ini sebenarnya fokus utama kita adalah untuk memberikan kesedaran kepada masyarakat tentang bahawa penyakit kanser ini tidak membunuh. Daripada tahun 1941 sehingga sekarang, dengan perkembangan teknologi masa terkini, lebih 31% penurunan daripada kes-kes kanser telah tercapai di satu dunia. 1/3 daripada pesakit-pesakit kanser telah sembuh sepenuhnya selepas 7 tahun monitoring daripada pihak kerajaan dan juga pihak kementerian. Jadi semua ini menunjukkan bahawanya penyakit kanser tidak membunuh. Jadi kenapanya hari ini kita letakkan Let's Cook with a Neon Hope? Sebab dalam kegelapan kita ada sinaran. In every darkness there's a neon hope. There's always a hope for us to uphold, to support, to monitoring, to giving all those cancer patients a moral support, a motivation, tak kisah sama ada pada keluarga kita sendiri, rakan-rakan kita, ataupun anyone that we know. Let's us give them a hope. Sebab itu hari ini, together, we come here gather together with the combination of TDC Holdings dan Bertempat and Selangor FC. We come for this event, we celebration for this event to ask the people to give them this support. Sebab kanser seperti apa yang Menteri Kesihatan YBKJ cerita tadi. Second, kedua kedudukan dari segi menyebabkan kematian selepas daripada masalah-masalah berkaitan dengan jantung dan pernafasan. So all these things we need to come together to give them a hope. Dan hari ini saya berbangga, ampun tuanku sekali lagi, mencemaduli menghadiri sekali bersama-sama dengan kita, meraihkan mereka, memberikan mereka satu insight, memberikan masyarakat awam satu awareness, kesedaran. Dan hari ini juga saya sangat berbangga, kita ada satu hero. We have a hero today that prove that cancer is never the end of their life. Dan hari ini beliau akan muncul bersama dengan kita, membuktikan walaupun pihak hospital mengata beliau hanya tinggal 6 bulan nyawa, but He cooked it. He cooked it. He cooked it nicely and cooked it perfectly. Dan hari ini beliau kembali berlatih bersama dengan pasukan Selangor FC. So all this is giving us a very positive mindset, a very motivation and inspiration story. Together, we can cope. Together, we can giving hopes to others. Dan hari ini, saya menjunjung kasih Tuanku, dengan semua orang yang hadir bersama dengan hari ini, sama-sama kita memberikan sinar harapan, sama-sama kita memberikan semangat, dan sama-sama selepas 2 tahun berkurung di rumah, kita gather together, let's come together and we keep on bring the hope to the nation together with Tuanku, together with Menteri YBKJ, bersama dengan semua orang yang ada bersama-sama hari ini, sama ada secara online ataupun secara offline, hadir secara fizikal. Together, we build up a better nation, we build up a better society, abaikan segala apa yang negatif, sama-sama kita membina aura yang positif, sama-sama biar semua orang di luar sana merasai positivity of our country development. Ampun Tuanku, Menteri KJ sangat special, sungguh. Sebab beliau benar menjadi Menteri Sukan dan Belia. Dan hari ini beliau juga Menteri Kesihatan. Dan program ini juga sangat special. Sebab program ini bergabung satu isu kesihatan bersama dengan sukan. Jadi sesuai dengan tema seperti apa yang Menteri KJ telah lakukan. Program ini is a hybrid program. We hybrid together health and science and sport together, so that we can prove that sport is not only united the nation, but united everyone together, focus on the one cause, like a cause today, which is let's cope with a new hope for the World Cancer Awareness Day. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku sekali lagi, saya berwakili TDC Holdings dengan Berhad. Terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada semua orang yang berhadir bersama dengan Tuanku yang mencembaduli. Sama-sama kita jayakan program ini dan bukan henti setakat hari ini, but we bring the hope, we bring the motivation, we bring our inspiration to everyone out there to build a better nation, insyaAllah. Menjunjung kasih Tuanku sekali lagi, saya kena balik sini, saya kena baca skrip, minta maaf. So, thank you, ampun Tuanku sekali lagi, I seriously not used to this formality. Ampun Tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun. Sembah batik mohon diampun. Batik sekali lagi menjunjung setinggi-tinggi kasih di atas limpah berkenan duli yang teramat mulia Tuanku. Berangkat hadir di majlis yang cukup bermakna kepada semua orang di sini pada Hari Kanser Sedunia ini. Ampun Tuanku sekali lagi. Sekian saja sembah ucapan batik. Batik sudahi dengan ucapan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mr. Hafiz Hiew, the CEO of TDC Holdings, Sendirian Bahar. As mentioned by Mr. Hafiz Hiew, ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of hope. Today is a day of inspiration for all that attended this event here and the entire nation and the world itself. With that, can we have one more round of applause for Mr. Hafiz Hiew for enlightening us with the information needed for today's event. Ampun Tuanku. Next, it is with great honor for me to invite Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Health Malaysia, to deliver his opening speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam keluarga Malaysia, sihat sejahtera. Ngadap bawah duli yang teramat mulia Raja Muda Selangor, Tengku Amir Shah Ibni Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj. Ampun tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun sembah patik, mohon diampun. Dengan penuh hormat dan takzim, patik mohon izin dan perkenan tuanku untuk menyampaikan sepatah dua kepada para hadirin yang hadir pada majlis ini. Ampun tuanku. Yang berusaha Dr. Johan Kamal Hamidun, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Selangor FC, Saudara Muhammad Hafizuddin Hiew Abdullah, CEO TDC Holdings dan Berhad, Datuk Seri Syaril, rakan-rakan daripada Selangor FC, tuan-tuan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. Pertamanya saya merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada semua yang hadir dan juga atas jemputan daripada pihak Selangor FC untuk saya hadir bersama-sama pada petang ini di satu majlis yang sudah pasti dinanti-nantikan oleh semua penyokong pasukan Selangor FC. Tetapi istimewanya majlis ini pada hari ini adalah kerana tema bagi majlis pelancaran jersey Selangor FC adalah satu tema yang sangat dekat dengan hati Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, iaitu sambutan Hari Kesedaran Kanser Sedunia ataupun World Cancer Awareness Day 2022. Let's cope with a neon hope. Seperti mana yang tuan-tuan dan puan sedia maklum, kanser merupakan penyakit antara yang paling tinggi menyebabkan kematian di Malaysia. Dan usaha Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia untuk meningkatkan kesedaran rakyat terhadap kanser, terhadap pengesanan awal, early detection, terhadap screening, terhadap rawatan dan juga sokongan yang diberi kepada bukan hanya cancer patient tetapi juga kepada keluarga-keluarga pesakit kanser adalah sangat-sangat penting. Lebih-lebih lagi kita sudah pun berdepan dengan pandemik COVID-19 sepanjang 2 tahun. Dan pandemik ini sebenarnya mendedahkan pesakit-pesakit kanser kepada risiko yang sangat tinggi. Seperti mana yang kita sedia maklum, pesakit-pesakit kanser merupakan antara golongan yang berisiko tinggi disebabkan sistem imun yang rendah, immunocompromised. Maka antara keutamaan kita sewaktu pelaksanaan program imunisasi COVID-19 kebangsaan adalah untuk memastikan bahawa pesakit-pesakit kanser dan juga keluarga mereka diberikan keutamaan dari segi vaksinasi untuk melindungi mereka daripada COVID-19, terutamanya kesan-kesan yang paling buruk. Kita telah kerjasama dengan pelbagai NGO untuk memastikan pesakit-pesakit kanser dapat dilindungi dan kita akan terus memastikan bahawa pesakit-pesakit kanser dapat diberikan perlindungan yang terbaik, sama ada melalui dos penggalak ataupun melalui pelbagai rawatan untuk COVID-19 yang sekarang ini sudah pun ada untuk kita melindungi golongan yang paling tinggi risikonya untuk memastikan kita dapat keluar daripada pandemik ini. Alhamdulillah, jauh berbeza daripada tahun lepas, keadaan pandemik semakin baik di negara kita. Walaupun sejak beberapa hari kes meningkat sedikit, hari ini dah 7,000, Tapi saya sentiasa telah sebut bahawa jangan risau. Sebab ini adalah gelombang Omicron yang kita melihat di semua negara. Tetapi beza dia gelombang ini dengan gelombang yang tahun lepas, gelombang Delta. Gelombang ini tahap gejala dia tidaklah seteruk mana. Terutamanya apabila 99% daripada penduduk dewasa kita pun dah divaksinasi. Jadi kalau kita melihat dari segi kemasukan ke hospital, dari segi kadar kematian adalah masih lagi rendah dan terkawal. Ini yang sebenarnya menjadi indikator ataupun data yang penting bagi kita. Jadi saya sentiasa menyatakan bahawa, yes, of course, kita risau sekiranya kes naik terlalu tinggi, tetapi kes akan meningkat. Sebab Omicron, kebolehjangkitan dia lagi tinggi dan kita dah membenarkan beberapa kelonggaran untuk kita pulihkan ekonomi kita. Yang penting adalah kita usahakan supaya mereka yang berisiko tinggi, elderly, immunocompromised, yang ada comorbidity yang serius, dapat kita jaga dengan baik dan dapat kita rawat dengan baik. InsyaAllah dengan usaha daripada kita semua, saya percaya dan yakin kita akan dapat mengatasi gelombang ini. Tuan-tuan dan puan yang semati sekalian, kita juga harus acknowledge bahawa kes-kes kanser juga sedang meningkat. 49,000 orang di Malaysia telah pun mendapat diagnosis kanser pada tahun 2020. Dan ramalan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia ini akan meningkat kepada 66,000 pada tahun 2030. More people have been found to have been diagnosed late with cancer. Dan inilah yang menjadi cabaran kita. Not so much the diagnosis, but late diagnosis. Kalau kita melihat kepada Malaysian National Cancer Registry Report, daripada 2012 hingga 2016, peratusan cancer case yang didiagnos pada peringkat 3 dan 4 naik daripada 59% kepada 64% dalam tempoh 2012 hingga 2016. Yang lebih teruk, patients are still resorting to traditional alternative treatments upon learning their diagnosis rather than immediately going for allopathic medicine. This has resulted in treatment delays, penangguhan kepada rawatan yang sepatutnya diberikan, dan ini menyebabkan kanser itu merebak dengan lebih cepat sampai ke peringkat yang lebih advance sehingga tidak dapat dirawat. Saya ingin sebut bahawa for decades, the most effective treatment for cancer has been available at Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. For cancer patients who are at Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, you know that we subsidize a lot of the cancer medication to give you the best possible outcomes. Jadi kita harap bahawa kita akan terus dapat memberi rawatan yang terbaik kepada pesakit-pesakit kanser kita dengan kadar yang sangat-sangat, pembayaran yang sangat rendah. Kerana ini adalah tanggungjawab kerajaan untuk memastikan tidak ada sesiapa yang ketinggalan, yang tidak dapat dirawat di Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. We also need to get more people screened and detected at an earlier stage to provide for effective and timely treatment. Sebab itu Kementerian tengah mengambil kesempatan untuk menggalakkan contohnya detection of using self-testing kit for HPV and also immunochemical fecal occult blood test as part of our colorectal cancer screening for those who are 50 and 75 years old. Kita juga sekarang ini melihat apa lagi yang kita dapat melaksanakan untuk memastikan apabila pandemik ini dapat kita kawal, kita memberi tumpuan semula kepada penyakit-penyakit seperti kanser yang sudah menjadi satu krisis kesihatan awam di negara kita. We hope, of course, not just in terms of treatment, but as Tuanku reminded me just now, prevention is better than cure. Jadi healthcare kita bukan hanya soal menjaga mereka yang sudah sakit. Healthcare is healthcare. It's not sick care. Jadi healthcare kita adalah lebih kepada preventive. Sebab itu acara hari ini adalah sangat penting seperti mana yang disebut oleh Saudara Hafiz tadi, mencantumkan kesihatan dan sukan. Sukan boleh menjadi satu aktiviti yang boleh mencegah penyakit-penyakit yang menggalakkan kita untuk hidup dengan gaya hidup yang sihat. Sebab itulah selain daripada rawatan yang diberi di Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, kita ada agenda National Malaysia Sihat di mana kita menggalakkan gaya hidup yang sihat. Baru ini tuanku, Patik telah umumkan cadangan Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia untuk mengawal selia rokok di negara kita. Ada cadangan yang Patik telah buat tuanku. Mungkin kalau disetujui oleh Parlimen nanti, kalau diluluskan undang-undang, maka mereka yang lahir selepas tahun 2005 tidak boleh beli rokok langsung di Malaysia. Mungkin ini dilihat agak drastik, macam mana nak kuat kuasa dan sebagainya. Itu semua soalan yang boleh kita bincang, penyelesaian yang boleh kita cari. Tetapi bagi saya, tuanku, bagi Patik, kalau kita dah tahu tentang bahaya, betapa bahayanya rokok ini, kenapa kita nak benarkan generasi muda terus terjebak dengan rokok? Sebab itulah langkah-langkah seperti itu dan juga langkah-langkah kesihatan awam yang lain menggalakkan gaya hidup yang sihat, insya-Allah akan menjadi amalan kepada kita semua. Kerana kalau tidak, tuan-tuan dan puan, negara kita seperti mana yang saya selalu sebut, negara antara yang tertinggi dari segi non-communicable disease, dari segi sakit jantung, dari segi obesity, kencing manis dan lain-lain lagi. Dan ini akan memberi beban yang terlalu berat kepada sistem kesihatan awam 10-20 tahun akan datang, di mana rawatan itu akan mengambil satu peruntukan yang begitu-begitu besar. Jadi sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Selangor FC. Saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada saudara Hafiz juga yang telah menjadi penaja kepada Selangor FC pada hari ini, dan mudah-mudahan kita akan dapat mendengar satu kisah yang sangat inspirasi daripada seorang pemain bola sepak nanti. Saya percaya kita pun semua tahu, dan I hope we can hear this inspirational story from someone who has, inshallah, beat cancer, and to inspire us to live healthier lives, get screened, make sure that early detection, and get treatment as quickly as possible. Ampun tuanku, sekian saja sembah ucapan Patik. Patik sudahi dengan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Health Malaysia. Thank you, YBKG, for the inspiring yet motivating speech. Of course, me myself, I've quit smoking for some time, and inshallah, we'll stay healthier for the next years to come. Ampun tuanku. May I humbly invite Your Highness Tunku Amir Shah Ibni Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj, Raja Muda Selangor and Chairman of Selangor FC, to deliver the royal address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a good evening. Today is a very meaningful day to me because today is not only about celebrating football, it is not just about launching our new away jersey, but today marks the day of us coming together for one thing that we all believe in. Today is about hope. Before that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank YB Khairy, Minister of Health, for gracing the event today. YB Khairy has been very supportive of my initiative since the early days of Selangor youth community in 2016 when he was the Youth and Sports Minister. A lot has happened since then, locally and globally. Now the world has changed, but I believe the vision that I have together with YB remains the same, which is to make this country proud of our capabilities and achievements, to realize our true potential as Malaysians. Ladies and gentlemen, under my leadership, I have established guiding principles for this club. We at Selangor FC have set big goals to transform into a world-class sports organization, focusing on strengthening the governance, continuously elevating team performance, bringing the football excitement and pride back to the people. We also promote a lot of young talent. We believe in the development and long-term project for football and sports in general, and not just short-term success. In addition, I've set a specific notion that we want to drive, embrace in everything that we do, is to impact the lives of more and more people. This can only be achieved by us growing to be more than just a football club. Ladies and gentlemen, this goes back to an unfortunate news that shocked the football community in Malaysia and perhaps this region. When we first heard the news that our club captain had been diagnosed with cancer, it felt heavy. It is true, the saying, we're like one body. When any limb aches, the whole body reacts with sleeplessness. Brendan was brave to undergo surgery to remove the tumor as soon as possible. Despite being diagnosed with the condition, he remained positive, optimistic, and in fact, stronger than ever. His eagerness, spirit, and desire to make a return to the pitch has inspired many of us at the club, and I believe this has impacted many people nationwide. Many other football clubs came together in support of our player. Regardless of rivalries, adversities, we came together to support our friend. It takes courage to overcome challenges. It takes values to inspire others. Most importantly, it takes the right mindset to make all of the differences. And I am very sure, with the support of everyone, this gave our club captain more strength and the will to overcome the odds. Distinguished guests, as a tribute to the fighting spirit and togetherness that delivers hope, we at Selangor FC decided to embed this positive mindset into the club. Ingrained in this spirit in our jersey for the upcoming 2022 season, as we wish this message would echo through across the generation. This journey is a symbol that there is hope in everything that we think is impossible. This tribute is to all the people that have been involved with every challenge. Not only the survivors and the fighters, but the family members, friends that have always been there in their corner to provide love and support that spreads far and wide. Our hope is that through this campaign, we can create more impact and awareness around cancer. Our objective is to encourage people to go for early screening, and this will help reduce the risk. And to emphasize that cancer won't define the end, rather allow us to find the strength to fight every challenge. This is also a reminder to us all to always take care of our health, make it the right choice, and to keep on fighting. With that, I would like to end my speech by saying that the fight will never be easy, but we can overcome anything if we stand together. Thank you, dan terus berjuang. Terima kasih.
Menjunjung kasih Tuanku. Thank you, Your Highness. It's our greatest honor for having you gracing this meaningful event today. Ampun Tuanku. Before we proceed with the launch of today's event, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share with you some interesting facts. Every year, more than 10 million people die because of cancer. It is a hard truth, but it serves us as an important reminder. Because as mentioned by YBKJ earlier as well, those numbers can be reduced with the right actions. And many of us here have either lost a loved one or heard of someone losing their loved ones due to cancer. And at the same time, we also hear of many inspiring and remarkable experiences of cancer survivors. So ladies and gentlemen, this gives us hope, the belief to keep fighting even when the odds are seemingly against us. Before we proceed with the next event, a big shout out to TDC Holdings once again for fully funding this event here today. Let's give them a huge round of applause. And TDC has always given the inspiration for its people. And Selangor FC joins in here today to bring us a very special guest to align with that vision. Ladies and gentlemen, now, I would like to introduce to you to that special guest. He is a son, he is a husband, he is a father, and most importantly, he is a fighter who has survived cancer itself. The next session is a special one. It is called How to Cope with Cancer by the one and only, the club captain of Selangor FC. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Brendan Gunn. And I'd like to introduce you to the moderator for this session, Naila Huda, to also proceed on stage. With that, Naila, the stage is yours.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Very serious.
It's a little tense right now, but first off, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. Very honored to be here, but first let me start off by introducing myself. Some of you may know me from TV, some of you may recognize me for my hair. And for the rest of you who don't know me, I'm Naila and I'm from Astro Awani. This is actually the first time I've ever gotten involved with the sports team, and I'm very honored that my first time is to be working together with Selangor FC, where I was born and raised, so very honored to be here. But more importantly, I'm very honored to be here for an important cause, the C word, right? But for more than 2 years now, the C word has sort of shifted. We've shifted our attention to a different C word, COVID-19, right? We've devoted all our time and energy and money to battling COVID-19. I mean, just look at YBKJ's hair, right? Sorry, no offense. But because of that, we've sort of had to put everything to the side. And that includes all the work in battling cancer. You know, awareness campaign, early screening, and most importantly, in showing our support and solidarity with cancer patients. That sort of had to be put on the back burner for a bit as we devote our time to COVID-19. So the theme that's been set for World Cancer Day this year is closing the gap, because it is time that we close the gap in all the work that's been left behind and put aside, in battling cancer. And so thank you to each and every single one of you for joining us today in celebrating football and in showing support for cancer research and cancer support. And on that note, joining me today is none other than Brendan. Can we have another round of applause for Brendan, please? How are you doing, Brendan? How's training going?
Yeah, everything's going well. it's been a hard start to the year, but the boys are doing well in pre-season, and the coaching staff and the management have put together a great team, a great squad this year. And not only are they great players, but they are really good people. And I think that's what makes, you know, such a incredible team atmosphere, is when you have players that have such a good character and hard work ethic, and just the ability to have a laugh and have a bit of fun as well. So everything's going well so far.
That's good. Now, you first broke news about cancer, about battling cancer, just last year. It actually feels just like yesterday that we just heard that, right? How has that been for you?
Yeah, I had that thought in my head. Do I say something? Do I just shy away into the shadows, or do I use this type of platform to not just inspire people, but just get the word out there that we can beat anything? And that was my main vision of coming out, to tell the world that you know, I was suffering from cancer, and it was just a shock to myself, as it was to, I guess, many people out there. But yeah, coming out with cancer is difficult to say, especially when I first heard it from the doctor. I don't think I spoke for the first 5-10 minutes after that. So yeah, it was important to me that I came out and said something, and hopefully it can help people out there, and people not only going through cancer, but obviously in the time of COVID, going through challenges themselves, and many people are always going through challenges. So there is always a road that'll be a positive road.
It's no doubt that you've been an inspiration to so many others since you've broken news about it, but what actually led you to discovering about your battle with cancer?
Yeah, so it was about a year ago, maybe a bit longer than a year ago. I found a small lump, and I decided to investigate it. I normally do health checks every year, even for the football teams. We always do health checks, but I went that one step further and went to a urologist. And it's a very easy process here in Malaysia. You can go to a urologist, get a check, and you get your results very, very quickly. So yeah, I just went in for a normal check, and the doctor actually came back to me and said that everything was fine, no problems. So in the back of my mind, everything was happening very quickly. And I think that was where trusting my instinct allowed me to, which was 6 months after this first check, go to another second opinion, and that's where I found out that I had cancer. But before that, we were on national team duty in Dubai, and that's where I felt 2 hours of pain. Other than that, I felt no pain, nothing. And then it was that 2 hours of pain that made me think, when I get back to Malaysia after quarantine, go get a checkup. And lucky enough that I went to get this checkup, because yeah, it could have been a lot different, as the doctor said to me. If I'd waited 6 months, it could have been a lot different.
Now, you mentioned needing a little bit of time, clearly, when you first found out. But what were your first thoughts? Who did you think of? And how was it like breaking the news to the people around you, your family, your loved ones?
Yeah, that was the tough part. Finding out that you have the big C, have cancer. I think that one of my messages is to not be scared of the word. The word cancer, you know, brings with it negative emotions, and you know, you always think of the worst when you hear of cancer. But my message would be to, you know, take it in a stride and be positive about every situation, because we can fight anything. So, but finding out that I had cancer, especially when I look after my health so much, you know, I eat good, I stay fit, you know, I make sure I do the right things to stay healthy. It's hard to hear, very, very hard to hear. As I said, 5-10 minutes, I didn't say anything. So to then think about telling my family and friends and the closest people to me, that was the most difficult part, because my wife and my child were actually overseas at the time. I hadn't seen them for 4 months as it was, and eventually after this process, I hadn't seen them for 10 months. So I had to do this process, what felt like, alone, which is what I thought I would have to do alone. So telling my wife, it was very, very difficult. Telling my mother, my father, over FaceTime is even more difficult because I don't know if all of you have ever had to say something to your family, but over FaceTime, I think I started with, how's your day? Everything well, and to find the right moment is very difficult. So the support that came after it was truly amazing, As Tanku said, it wasn't just family, friends, close ones. It was the football community. It was the community of all of you giving me support, and that just gave me so much more strength to get through what I am going through.
Now, if you don't mind sharing with us a little bit as well about your journey throughout the treatments that you've been going through. Surely it isn't the same. It's different for every cancer patient. So what sort of treatment and how was it like? You mentioned not having to go through it alone, there was support, but medically, what were the kind of treatments did you get and how was it like?
Yeah, it was when you find out that you have something wrong with you or cancer or whatever it is, everything happens very quickly. From that meeting, I walked into the meeting, doctor and myself, we were having a little joke around, just playful attitudes. By the end of it, he was saying to me, tomorrow we need to do surgery. In my head, that was tough to hear. Walking in there with a smile on your face and walking out of the office with fear, worry, will I be able to see my family again? That's the tough part. But yeah, everything happened quickly. I went into surgery within 24 hours, removed the tumour, and that was sent away for biopsy. Within that biopsy, it had come back that there was potential that it had spread through my lymph nodes, and that's why I had to then go into chemotherapy. So I went into chemotherapy, which is a pretty standard chemotherapy for testicular cancer. And I can say it wasn't nice. It wasn't a pleasant feeling, but it's something that you just have to do. And once you get your mind around that you have to do it to get better, then it's an easy decision for me. So we talk about all this negativity and just that feeling of being uncomfortable. My whole life, I've loved to have that feeling of being uncomfortable because it truly tests me. If I get comfortable being uncomfortable, then that's the exact place that I want to be. So, for me, I took it in my stride. I know that I'm a positive person as it is, but there were obviously those doubts when I wasn't with my family, when I wasn't with the support. I remember talking to Dr. Johan the day that I found out, because obviously I had to tell the club what was happening, and I think I broke down in tears in front of Dr. Joe, and I'm sure Dr. Joe didn't really know what to say as well, and I think that's the one characteristic that is tough for the people supporting. It's what to say, what to do, when to do it, when is the right timing. And for me, personally, going through it, it's honestly, you don't have to do much. It's just the little things that count. And, the club have been supporting me, the team, the players, the media team have been absolutely amazing for me. And, just so much support around the club, and I'm truly grateful for that.
Now, you mentioned those moments of vulnerabilities, having to break down in tears. Everyone has those moments. But being an athlete of your stature as well, how society has certain expectations. You're expected to be this tough, macho guy, and you being the positive guy that everyone knows is just always smiling, having to put on a happy face. How do you balance that about having to be that person that society expects you to be, but being the cancer survivor that you are now, you have had those vulnerable moments?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone has vulnerable moments. You're not human if you don't have those moments. I think my mentality has been built over my career and the earlier on stages of my career, going through my ACL injuries and having to come back on my own, not have any support around me, have people doubt me. They're the moments that I remember the most. The people that say you can't, the people that want you to fail. They're the things that I remember all the time, and they're those things that motivate me. But yeah, being vulnerable, I've had tears on the field when I've lost games. The emotions are high. It's not easy to always be positive. And I think a lot of people that would look at me would say, oh, he's always positive, always positive. But no, there are moments where I look at situations and, you know, that upset me or whatnot. And that's when I think about those moments of the doubt and being uncomfortable again. And that's where I can then become comfortable in those moments and be positive and try to find and fight a way through.
Now, obviously, one of the most important parts of cancer awareness is trying to hammer in on the fact that early prevention and early screening really is one of the most important parts. And you described your situation as being rather lucky, right? You caught it on rather early. But with that comes the initiative to wanting to get early screening and get early prevention, early detection, but that also comes with a lot of fear. So what would be some advice that you could share for those who feel like, you know, they have that gut feeling that there's something wrong, that they should get it checked, but they're kind of in denial, they're kind of in fear of finding out what's there for them. So how do you get over that fear and trying to sort of advocate for early detection and how important it is?
Yeah, as I said, you know, I actually did go for early intervention, and that's when my doctor gave me we'll call it a wrong diagnosis, I'd say, and that's where I think always taking care of your health is very important. Not just sometimes, you know, your health is your greatest attribute in life, and for me to have that instinct to go for a second opinion, you know, I'm so thankful. You know, I'm so thankful that I did go for that second opinion. But I was talking about this in a few interviews, and I think the stigma, especially around males, the men in this room and the men listening, there's this ego, there's this fighting character, there's this, I'll be okay, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. That's where we have to change our mentality. Our health is so important. We don't need to be embarrassed. We don't need to have an ego about health. We don't need to look at our peers of other males and think, oh, if that guy goes to the doctor, there's, you know, what's wrong with him? There's something must be wrong with him. But going to see a doctor is the best thing you can do. It's saved my life. It literally has saved my life. So don't have an ego. Don't be scared to go to the doctor. Find out about your health. Look after your health. Find out about every little thing that you can to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't just benefit you. It benefits the people around you, the people you love. And that's what I've taken out of this the most, is that, you know, your health is so important to not just yourself, but the people that are closest to you. So, yeah, if I could say that part of it, you know, for women I feel are a lot more open to this, and I think there's a lot more women talking about their health and taking care of themselves and going to the doctor. But men, on the other hand, I feel like we close off. And allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to go to the experts and allow yourself to look after the people around you. And that's by looking after yourself.
It's really interesting how you mentioned about the male ego, because I could really go on for hours just talking about the male ego. But beyond that, just talking about the vulnerability of being open about your own health, about your own emotions. How have your teammates and your fans' support played a role in helping you throughout this journey? And have you yourself opened up more from your experience? Have you started to open up a little bit more, talked about your health and your emotions much more openly now? How has it changed for you?
I've kind of always been an open book. My whole life, I haven't really closed off to many things in my life, and I think it's important for myself to be myself, which is to open up and get as close as I can to my friends and let them know what's happening. And to be honest, my friends in Malaysia, my teammates in Malaysia have been amazing. Like I can't even put into words how much they have helped me through this time, and they've always been there for me. Even on the day, I had a really good friend, which I won't name, but had a really good friend that was with me at the time, and we kind of worked it out together, and that was the saving grace for me, to have some support there. But my teammates, a lot of them shaved their heads, a lot of the media team shaved their heads, and that's just so special to me and heartwarming, which gave me that fighting spirit again to push on and continue through the treatment and fight all the time. But yeah, that's the most important part, the support. If you have support around you, you can fight anything. And as I said before, it's the small things. It's not the big things that you do. It's not I don't know what to say to him, so I won't say anything at all. Just a message, hi, how are you? That's as easy as it can be. I've spoken to so many people, not just today, but over the course of my treatment, and someone knows someone who has cancer, or someone knows someone who's going through a big challenge. And the biggest part is, what do I do? How do I support them? And my answer is always just the small things. The small things are really what matters. The little message every now and then, every couple of days, how are you? That's the most important thing, because cancer or any challenge is a very lonely place. It's one that you really have to do yourself. So to have those encouraging messages, or to have those moments where it takes your mind off it, that's very special.
Now, lastly, any message you would like to share for those still battling cancer and those who have survived cancer?
Yeah, I kind of thought about, it was actually funny. I had this thought when I was in my treatment phase, and I was sitting in my house. I wasn't allowed to go out, obviously, because of COVID. My immune system was really, really low, and my doctor said to me that I shouldn't be going out, just in case, not just COVID, but anything that I could catch could really, really be detrimental to my health. So it was quite funny. My wife actually bought me a puzzle, a 1,000-piece puzzle, and I thought that this 1,000-piece puzzle was a lot bigger than I thought a 1,000-piece puzzle should be. So I was continuing doing this puzzle, and I got to the end of it, and there was times where I was going to give up on that puzzle because it was so hard. But I'd find that one piece that I'd put in, and then I'd find 10 other pieces. And then all of a sudden, I'd leave it for an hour because I can't find another piece, and then I find one piece, and I find that one piece, then I find 10 other pieces that goes onto that piece. And I know that this is probably a long story, but out of that came this message that I thought, that applies to me and all the support that I have around me. If I can give a message and I'm that one puzzle piece to someone in the crowd or someone out there that needs that one puzzle piece to then get their 10 puzzle pieces together and create that picture and create that moment of, I can get through this, I can fight this, I've just gotten 10 extra pieces. And just because I was that one piece, I don't need to be the whole 1,000 pieces. I just need to be that one piece. So if you are out there and you have someone going through a challenge or going through an illness, try to be that one piece for them, because maybe that will allow them to fight and then finish that full picture in the end. So my advice would try to be that one puzzle piece.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brendan. I hope we all leave the room trying to be that one piece of puzzle for everyone else, and hopefully together we can complete an entire jigsaw puzzle in supporting cancer patients and cancer survivors. Thank you once again to Brendan. Can we have another round of applause, please?
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed this special sharing session. Once again, let's give a huge round of applause to Brendan Gunn and Naila Huda. We'll see more of Brendan after this. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a very inspiring session to a lot of us, especially those who are currently inside this hall right here. Can I see a show of hands if we have any cancer survivors in this hall currently? If you are, can you stand up, please? Be proud and stand up. Cancer survivors in the hall, be proud and stand up. We have one. Can we give him, the gentleman, a round of applause? Why do I ask this at this current moment right here? Ladies and gentlemen, as I've asked earlier and mentioned earlier, that we have lost our loved ones. And we also managed to save some of our loved ones as well. Be it via early checkup, be it the spirit that they have in them to survive, be it the strength that was given by the loved ones and the people around them. Once again, let's give a huge round of applause to all the cancer survivors that are here present here today. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned by Brendan Gunn earlier, he said a very specific word, which he said, I am lucky. I am lucky that I made the check early. And this is what we have at today's event. Publicly, we have opened up booths outside for all the general public to go to check, to understand about cancer, to understand about the checkups, the diagnostics. Call your members, family members and friends. Come over here at Sunway Convention to learn more about it. And also, if they have cancer, learn from whatever that is present here today for you to relay back to all of your loved ones today itself. So, in conjunction with today's event, ladies and gentlemen, let's cope with a neon hope. The word hope itself is meaningful for today's event. Give them hope, give them strength, and of course, give them the opportunity to live side by side with us for years and years and years to come. And ladies and gentlemen, also, as mentioned earlier at the event, TDC has strived to help others. Together with Selangor FC, they have created means, an awareness campaign to help cancer patients in Malaysia. So we ask ourselves, yet again, how can football and cancer awareness come together in a single day? The answer is, ladies and gentlemen, after this, we will be launching the Selangor FC away kit alongside with Alithera. And this is brought to you by TDC Holdings and Selangor FC. So from that launch itself, with every purchase of Selangor FC away kit, 5 ringgit will be donated to MAKNA and NCSM for the cancer cause itself. So, not only will you be able to support your favorite team, Selangor FC, you'll be also contributing to help save lives as well. Hence, the event today itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that everyone here is ready for what's to come next. Now, the time is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the moment, the launch of Let's Cope with a Neon Hope, a World Cancer Awareness Day celebration together with Selangor FC Away Kit and Alithera. It is with greatest honor for me to invite Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Ibni Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj, Raja Muda Selangor, accompanied by Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Health Malaysia, and Mr. Hafiz Hiew, CEO of TDC Holdings Terima, on stage to officiate the event. Your Highness, YVKJ, Mr. Hafiz Hiew, you may place your palms on my count. We're going to do a 5 seconds countdown, and you may place your palms on the launch pad. With that being said, Your Highness, are you ready? YVKJ, are you ready? Mr. Hafiz Hiew, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? With that, let us do a countdown together. At the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Initializing system. Splendid things in our lives. We may or we may not get those things, but one thing for sure, hope keeps us going. Nobody ever promises this journey will be easy, but it will be meaningful with the right company and with the right support system. Look around and realize that this is not a journey you go through alone. We are in this together. Together, we will cope. And today, let's cope with a neon hope. It's everybody's dream to be up to the highest height. Use all that you own to get to every milestone. To slowly but surely claim your throne. Success lies in precision. Success lies in your ability to balance. Get empowered day in and day out. And your success will be unstoppable. Aura. Alithera.
Everyone has choices in life, and one choice I always make is to take care of my health. But the thought of hearing what I heard next had never crossed my mind. It all went blank for what felt like an eternity. I could only think to ask one question, but I wasn't sure I wanted to hear the answer. Am I going to die? Overcoming challenges that many people say are impossible is what has built my unbreakable mentality. Yet the light felt dim at the end of this tunnel. All I could see were images of my wife, kid, family, and close friends. Then another question floods my mind. How do I tell them? Yet I learnt that such a lonely disease turns into so much love and support. I am so blessed to have them in my corner. This is not the end, not when there is a chance to fight. Life's roller coaster has built my fighting character. I had the mindset to make my health a priority, to act quickly with screening and to keep on top of any problems that could occur. I did not let fear, embarrassment or shame prevent me from finding the help I needed. It comes back to a simple choice, not for you, but for the people that matter. Cancer brings with it fear and negativity, but I'm choosing a different path in which I hope to bring awareness and positivity. Having this mindset has made all the difference in the world. Cancer won't define me, yet will make me stronger for what life has in store for the future. To all the people out there facing challenges, this message is for you. Seek help and keep on fighting, because we can overcome anything. Terus berjuang.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see before you, the new Selangor FC away kit and Alithera, and let's cope with a neon hope. A World Cancer Awareness Day celebration is now officially launched. And now, it is with great pleasure for me to invite the man himself, Brendan Gunn, wearing the official Selangor FC away kit, up on stage. And now, it gives me great pleasure to invite Datuk Seri John Hee Kim Tung, Director of Joma Malaysia, to come on stage to present the first Joma Selangor FC away jersey to Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Ibn Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's give a huge round of applause. And now, His Highness would like to present his token of appreciation to all of our main event partners for today's event. First, a token to be presented to Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Health Malaysia. Thank you, YBKJ, for being with us here today. Next up, a token of appreciation for Mr. Hafiz Hiew, the CEO of TDC Holdings Sendirian Berhad. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, this event is fully funded by TDC Holdings. Thank you to Mr. Hafiz Hiew. And now, His Highness would like to present a mock check of 15,000 ringgit to both NCSM and MAKNA for Selangor FC to help continue to fight against cancer. I would like to invite to receive Dr. Murali Taran Munisami from National Cancer Society Malaysia and CSM, and Mr. Muhammad Tarmizi Abdul Rahman from Majlis Kanser Nasional, MAKNA. This will definitely further benefit both organizations. And this is Your Highness's contribution, and Selangor FC's contribution to help fight against cancer. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to proceed forward for a photo session. I'd like to invite all for VIPs to accompany Your Highness right in front for the photo session. Members of the media, you may take a photo right now. At the count of 1, 2, and 3, you may snap a photo. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's cope with the Neon Hope. Is now officially launched together with Selangor FC's away kit and Alithera. Menjunjung kasih tuanku. Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you, Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin. Thank you, Mr. Hafiz Hiew, as well as our guest of honor for officiating the event. I'd like to humbly invite once again Your Highness to be seated for our next fixture. I would like to also announce the departure of Yang Berhormat Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Health Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear a round of applause from all the Selangor FC fans here today. Ladies and gentlemen, soon you will be witnessing the Selangor FC first team squad for 2022. But before that, we need to hear more from all of the fans here today. I need to get all of the energy. I need to get all of the aura here today. Once again, Selangor FC fans, give and make some noise. I think we have it right now. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the Selangor FC first team squad of 2022. The first one, bukan sahaja ketua pasukan di atas padang, malah menjadi sumber inspirasi kepada ramai. Memakai jersey nombor 88, on stage, Brandon Gunn. Seterusnya, pemain muda yang berjiwa besar, merupakan penjaring terbanyak Liga Premier 2020, memakai jersey nombor 17, Daniel Asri. Seterusnya, merupakan ketua pasukan skuad kebangsaan bawah 23 tahun, memakai jersey nombor 7, Khairy Ajmal. Seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain muda, juga merupakan pemain kebangsaan bawah 23 tahun, anak jati Selangor berasal dari Kelang, memakai jersey nombor 55, Hari Kanser. Seterusnya, pemain penyerang yang dinobatkan sebagai penjaring terbanyak tempatan Liga Super 2020, memakai jersey nombor 19, Syahril Fikri. Seterusnya, pemain import berasal dari Ghana, mempunyai kepantasan ala-ala Alfonso Davis, memakai jersey nombor 33, Jordan Aimbila. Seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain import yang juga berasal dari Ghana, beraksi di posisi penyerang, memakai jersey nombor 11, George Antrim. Seterusnya, pemain berusia 22 tahun yang mampu beraksi sebagai pertahanan dan juga sayap kanan, memakai jersey bernombor 2, Quentin Cheng. Seterusnya, pemain import yang baru saja diperkenalkan, berasal dari Brazil dan beraksi di posisi penyerang, memakai jersey nombor 12, Hiew Henrique. Seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain import kelahiran Brazil, juga beraksi di posisi penyerang, memakai jersey nombor 10, Harlison Kayan. Seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain import, tapi kali ini berasal dari Singapura, memakai jersey 21, Safwan Baharuddin. Seterusnya, pemain muda berusia 19 tahun, anak jati Selangor berasal dari Kelang, memakai jersey bernombor 3, Azrin Afiq. Seterusnya, pemain tengah tinggi lampai yang telah bersama sejak musim 2019, memakai jersey bernombor 18, Halim Sari. Pemain seterusnya pernah beraksi bersama pasukan kebangsaan bawah 19 tahun, memakai jersey bernombor 6, Zahril Azri. Pemain seterusnya pernah tersenarai sebagai 25 Best ASEAN Wonder Kids, memakai jersey nombor 14, Zikri Khalili. Baik tuan-tuan dan puan, kita akan teruskan dengan barisan seterusnya. Anak jati Selangor berasal dari Kajang, beraksi sebagai pemain tengah, memakai jersey bernombor 77, Alif Haikal Lau. Pemain seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain import berasal dari Ghana, beraksi juga di bahagian tengah, memakai jersey nombor 24, Alex Ajar Kuah. Seterusnya, pemain muda yang baru menyertai Selangor pada musim ini, memakai jersey bernombor 43, Syahir Bashar. Pemain seterusnya, pemain yang digelar Tanker Selangor, terkenal dengan nama samaran Afro, memakai jersey 44, Syarul Nazim. Pemain seterusnya telah bersama Selangor sejak tahun 2018. Pemain pertahanan berusia 28 tahun, memakai jersey nombor 4, Ashmawi Akin. Seterusnya, penjaga gol muda negara berusia 19 tahun, memakai jersey 66, Syahmi Adib Haikal. Seterusnya, ini merupakan musim ke-7 bak beliau bersama Selangor. Penjaga gol skuad kebangsaan, memakai jersey nombor 1, Khairul Azhan Khalid. Pemain seterusnya, seorang pemain penjaga gol muda negara, pakai jersey nombor 25, Syekh Izhan Nazril. Seorang lagi penjaga gol, dan ini merupakan musim pertama beliau bersama Selangor FC, memakai jersey 23, Samuel Somerville. Seterusnya, seorang lagi pemain baharu untuk musim ini, anak jati Selangor berasal dari Kelang, memakai jersey 22, Fazli Mazlan. Seterusnya, pemain tengah berusia 25 tahun memakai jersey nombor 8, Nick Sharif Hasifi. Pemain seterusnya beraksi di posisi pertahanan kiri memakai jersey nombor 13, Dinesh Raja Singham. Seterusnya, pemain sayap lincah berusia 31 tahun memakai jersey nombor 9, Nur Hakim Hassan. Dan seterusnya, pemain import berasal daripada Myanmar memakai baju bernomor 20, Hein Tet Aung. Dan untuk pengantar tuan-tuan dan puan, pada hari ini terdapat 2 pemain yang tidak dapat hadir kerana sedang berkhidmat untuk negara. Dengan ini, kita nak berikan semangat kepada mereka walaupun mereka tiada di sini, tuan-tuan dan puan, memakai jersey nombor 5. Walau tiada di sini, namun semangat mereka tetap ada. Pemain import baru dari Jordan beraksi di posisi tangan tengah, Yazan Al-Arab. Seterusnya, pemain import baru yang merupakan ketua pasukan kebangsaan Jordan memakai jersey bernombor 99, Baha Abdel Rahman. Kini mereka sedang berentap buat permainan Jordan versus New Zealand. Tuan-tuan dan puan, sekarang ingin diperkenalkan SFC Official tahun 2022. Dengan ini dimulakan dengan jurulatih penjaga gol SFC, Mike Andre Cost. Seterusnya, Team Analyst Lawrence Bauman. Seterusnya, Team Doktor Dr. Muhammad Hazwan. Assistant Head Coach Nizam Jamil. Beliau tidak dapat hadir hari ini. Seterusnya, Assistant Head Coach Carson Laxdell. Seterusnya, Assistant Manager Zainul Mashi. Seterusnya, Fitness Coach Arul Shelvin. Seterusnya, Team Physio Marco Heinz Grimm. Dan tuan-tuan dan puan, tiba masanya untuk saya mengumumkan Head Coach Michael Fexton-Weiner. Dan seterusnya mengumumkan Team Manager Mahfizur Rusdin. Dan ini di SFC Official 2022. Dan juga tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, inilah dia pemain SFC 2022. Squad announcement pada tahun ini. Berikan tepukan yang paling gemuruh. Ampun tuanku, I would like to humbly invite Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Sultan Syarifudin Idris Shah Al-Haj Raja Muda Selangor, accompanied by Yang Berbahagia Dato' Sri Syahril Mokhtar, Chairman of Selangor FC Technical Committee, to be on the main stage for a photo opportunity. Rakan-rakan media dipersilakan untuk tempat di hadapan untuk bergambar. Boleh tak kita berikan sekali lagi Selangor FC First Team Squad. Seterusnya saya ingin menjemput di atas pentas utama Mr. Hafiz Hiew, CEO of TDC Holdings Yang Berhad, dan yang berbahagia Dato' Seri John Kim Teng, Director of Joma Malaysia, untuk naik ke atas pentas dan bergambar. Sekali lagi gambar boleh diambil. And now, ladies and gentlemen, saya perlukan semua untuk bangun, untuk kita berikan sekali lagi semangat dan juga tepukan yang paling gemuruh buat Selangor FC First Team Squad tahun 2022. With that, ladies and gentlemen, our biggest heartfelt thanks and congratulations to Selangor FC. And now we have reached to the final part of the event. With that, menjunjung kasih Tuanku, thank you His Highness. It is our highest honor to have your presence here with us today. And thank you to distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of this meaningful event. And with that, marks the closure of our event here today. Once again, let's give a huge round of applause for the team and for all of the guests here today. And biggest thanks to TDC Holdings. Biggest thanks to Selangor FC. With that, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, dengan ini announcing the departure of Duli Yang Teramat Mulia Tengku Amir Shah Ibn Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj, Raja Muda Selangor. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank all of our guests for being present here today. To all members of the media, there will be a press conference to be held in this hall itself. And once again, we'd like to say thank you for being a part of today's launch. And with that, I'd like to end my part. I am Shafiq Chulan. We'd like to end with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you and see you again.